According to statistics from the National Institute on Aging NIA, nearly 70% of men over the age of 60 experience issues related to blood circulation, prostate health, and hormonal balance, even when they maintain a healthy diet. What is concerning is that many of them believe these problems are simply caused by aging. In reality, some of the fruit sitting innocently in their kitchen may be silently making things worse day by day. I am a doctor who specializes in senior men's health, and I have spent more than 30 years working with individuals just like you, people who are looking to regain their vitality, improve sleep, reduce nighttime bathroom trips, and maintain confidence in daily life without relying on medication. In this video, I will share 4 fruits you should stop eating after the age of 60, and 4 fruits you should prioritize each day to support circulation, balance hormones, and feel stronger in just a few weeks. If you are over 60, please watch this video until the end. It may change the way you care for your health every single day. Which country are you watching this video from? Leave a comment below. And do not miss the ending. I will reveal a simple yet powerful tip for better sleep and strength in your later years. Many people believe that simply eating a lot of fruit is always a good thing. But the truth is not that simple, especially after the age of 60, when the body has already undergone many silent changes that we may not even notice. When you were younger, your body could easily digest, absorb, and process most types of food, including fruits that are high in sugar or contain strong natural compounds. But as you enter the aging stage, hormone levels begin to decline, liver and kidney functions slow down, and the circulatory system starts to lose its flexibility. At this point, every food you put into your body can either become a natural remedy or a burden depending on the choices you make. Some fruits that are commonly considered healthy may actually spike blood sugar, trigger low-grade inflammation in the prostate, or interfere with medications used to manage blood pressure and hormonal balance. This not only affects your overall health, but also lowers your quality of life, making you feel more tired, sleep poorly, lose focus, and feel less confident in your daily activities. That is why choosing the right fruits, those that match your age, body condition, and hormonal status, is not just about nutrition. It is about strengthening your immunity, improving circulation, reducing nighttime urination, and helping you feel more stable and energetic in every step you take. So which fruits should you avoid after 60, and which ones should become your quiet, everyday companions? The first fruit to avoid, grapefruit. You may have heard that grapefruit is good for your heart, and that is true, but only if you are still young, not taking any medications, and your liver and kidneys are functioning smoothly after the age of 60. When many people begin using blood pressure medications, circulation support, or hormone-related treatments, a glass of grapefruit juice can actually become a hidden risk to your health. I still remember very clearly the case of Mr. Carl, a 72-year-old retired teacher who came to my clinic looking unusually tired. Despite maintaining a healthy diet and taking his medications on time, his blood pressure remained unstable. He told me that for more than 20 years, he had started every morning with a glass of fresh grapefruit juice. To him, it was a symbol of discipline and wellness. What he did not know is that grapefruit contains a compound called furanocoumarins. This substance inhibits a liver enzyme called CYP3A4, which plays a key role in breaking down most medications. When this enzyme is blocked, the drugs are not properly metabolized, causing them to build up in the bloodstream at higher than normal levels. This increases the risk of fatigue, dizziness, swollen legs, and even irregular heartbeat. The harm does not happen all at once. It builds up quietly over time. Some people may simply feel sluggish, struggle to sleep, notice their heart racing at night, or find that their legs feel unusually heavy. But once grapefruit is removed from the daily routine, as in Mr. Carl's case, health can improve within just 2 weeks. His blood pressure stabilized, his mind became clearer, and his medications began working as expected. So even though grapefruit contains vitamin C and antioxidants, if you are taking any of the common medications used after the age of 60, it is important to think twice. There are other fruits that are both safer and more effective in supporting circulation without disrupting how your body processes medicine. The second fruit to avoid: cherries. To many people, cherries are seen as an elegant fruit, mildly sweet, and often praised for their anti-inflammatory benefits. But what most people do not realize is that after the age of 60, cherries, especially in dried or long frozen form, can become a sweet trap that silently disrupts your body's hormonal balance and natural rhythm. I once met Mrs. Linda, a cheerful 67-year-old woman who loved herbal teas and natural fruits. She came in complaining of frequent joint pain, bloating, and feeling drained in the late afternoon, even though her meals were generally well balanced. When I asked about her evening habits, she shared that every night she enjoyed a few dried cherries with a warm cup of tea, thinking it would help her sleep better. But that seemingly healthy habit was actually the hidden cause of her discomfort. Cherries, whether fresh or dried, contain a high amount of natural sugars, especially fructose and glucose. When cherries are packaged, kept frozen for long periods, or dried, the sugar becomes even more concentrated and can lead to sudden spikes in blood sugar. At this stage of life, the body is no longer able to manage those spikes as efficiently as it once could. The sugars in cherries not only raise blood sugar levels, but also trigger inflammatory responses in sensitive areas like the joints, prostate, and small blood vessels. This was the reason why Mrs. Linda continued to suffer from joint swelling, late day fatigue, and post-dinner bloating, despite being careful with her diet. After removing cherries from her routine for just 10 days and replacing them with a fruit that has a lower glycemic index, she noticed less joint pain, a lighter stomach, improved mood, and no more afternoon energy crashes. That is why, although cherries are known for their antioxidant properties, their sweetness can come at a greater cost than you might expect, especially for a body that is becoming more sensitive in areas like hormone regulation, circulation, and digestion. The third fruit to avoid: bananas. When it comes to bananas, most people think of them as a completely safe fruit, easy to digest, rich in potassium, and supportive of muscle health. And that is true. But not for every age group, especially not after the age of 60. I remember Mr. Robert, a 74-year-old former aircraft mechanic. He said, I eat clean, walk every morning, but still feel tired, short of breath, and my legs often cramp at night. He had no major health issues aside from high blood pressure, and he was taking his medication regularly. When I asked about his breakfast in detail, he immediately replied, 1 banana every morning, sometimes 2. At first, that might sound reasonable, but for an older body that is taking blood pressure medications, bananas may deliver more potassium than the kidneys can handle. After 60, kidney function tends to slow down, and the body's ability to eliminate potassium becomes noticeably weaker if you are taking ACE inhibitors or potassium-sparing diuretics, which are common medications for managing high blood pressure. Then the potassium from bananas can start to build up in your bloodstream, leading to an electrolyte imbalance. This condition is known as hyperkalemia, and it can show up as muscle cramps, numbness, irregular heartbeat, or unexplained fatigue. In more severe cases, it may pose serious risks to heart health. After Mr. Robert stopped eating bananas each morning and switched to a fruit with lower potassium levels. His symptoms improved within just 10 days. His heartbeat returned to normal. The nighttime cramps disappeared, and his mornings began to feel much easier. Bananas are not a bad fruit, but for a body over 60, where everything requires balance and moderation, even something that seems healthy might need to be reconsidered with care. The fourth fruit to avoid: dried fruits. In the minds of many, dried fruits are seen as a healthy snack, easy to store, naturally sweet, and still just fruit. So how could they be harmful? However, after the age of 60, when the body becomes more sensitive to sugar, preservatives, and low-grade inflammation, even a small handful of dried fruit each day can lead to unexpected imbalances. I still remember my first visit with Mr. Thomas and Mrs. Marlene, a couple in their 70s, who came to the clinic together. Mrs. Marlene shared her concern gently but with visible worry. He's not quite the same anymore. Always tired. Can't sleep well. And things have changed in our private life too. After reviewing their diet, medications, and daily habits, one small detail caught my attention. Every evening after dinner, Mr. Thomas would have a few dried apricots or raisins. That habit seemed harmless, but it was actually the hidden cause behind his declining circulation and hormonal fatigue. When fruit is dried, the water is removed, but the sugar remains and becomes even more concentrated. The natural sugars in dried fruits can be 3 to 4 times higher per serving than in fresh fruit. A small handful of dried fruit can contain as much sugar as an entire can of soda. On top of that, most commercial dried fruits are treated with preservatives like sulfites, which may inflame the gut lining, disrupt sleep patterns, and slowly reduce circulation over time. After Mr. Thomas stopped eating dried fruits in the evening and replaced them with something easier to digest, his morning energy returned. He woke up fewer times during the night, and Mrs. Marlene simply smiled. She didn't need to say a word. Sometimes it is the sweet little things we think are healthy that quietly stand in the way of the healing we are searching for. And the good news is you can begin making that change today. The first fruit you should eat: blueberries. If there is one small fruit that brings powerful health benefits after the age of 60, it is the blueberry. Not too sweet, unlikely to spike blood sugar, yet highly effective in supporting blood circulation, protecting small blood vessels, and enhancing the flexibility of the nervous, cardiovascular, and endocrine systems. I once worked closely with Mr. Gerald, a 68-year-old retired long-distance truck driver. He spoke honestly and simply. I don't need to feel like I'm 30 again. I just want to stay alert in the morning, walk without getting tired, and still feel like I'm in control of my life. When I reviewed his meals, I noticed he had already removed several foods that were not ideal, but he had not yet added anything that could truly support his body in this new stage. I suggested he try eating half a cup of blueberries each morning, just a handful of fresh berries mixed into oatmeal or unsweetened yogurt. And within just 1 week, Mr. Gerald began noticing a change. He felt more alert, no longer experienced afternoon back fatigue, and most importantly, his energy no longer crashed as it used to. Blueberries contain a special group of compounds called anthocyanins, deep blue antioxidants that have been shown to improve blood vessel elasticity and increase blood flow to the heart, brain, and even important hormonal organs. On top of that, blueberries are low in sugar and rich in vitamins C, K, and manganese, nutrients that help regulate hormones and support metabolism. After the age of 60, circulation becomes the bridge between the body and the mind. When blood flows well, everything works better, from sleep and memory to balance and confidence in daily life. And blueberries are a gentle yet powerful companion to help you start each day feeling stronger. The second fruit you should eat: apples. Among all familiar fruits, apples are perhaps the most overlooked. They are not flashy, not featured on trendy superfood lists. Yet apples remain one of the most reliable and beneficial companions for the body after age 60, especially for digestion, circulation, and hormonal balance. I still remember Mrs. Evelyn, a 71-year-old retired nurse who came to the clinic looking healthy but clearly worried. She complained about bloating, indigestion, and mild morning fatigue, despite eating clean and staying active. She felt as if her body was stuck. Somehow, I asked her one simple question: do you still eat apples? She laughed. I used to, but lately, I've forgotten. I encouraged her to bring back the habit of eating 1 apple a day. Not juiced, not peeled, not altered, just a whole apple, eaten consistently. After 2 weeks, Mrs. Evelyn noticed better digestion, no longer needed a laxative. The feeling of abdominal pressure disappeared, and her overall mood felt lighter. It is not because apples are some kind of miracle. It is because the skin of apples contains spectin, as in a type of soluble fiber that helps remove bad cholesterol, cleanse blood vessels, and improve circulation to vital organs. Additionally, apple peels are rich in quercetin, an antioxidant that reduces blood vessel inflammation, strengthens cardiovascular endurance, and supports hormonal stability in later years. This is especially important for maintaining steady vitality and mental clarity. So, if you are looking for a simple, affordable, and easy to find fruit that supports overall health after 60, start with an apple at the right time, in the right way, and with consistency each day. The third and fourth fruits you should eat avocados and papayas. While blueberries and apples quietly support circulation and blood vessels, avocados and papayas are two natural gifts that help restore hormonal balance, soothe digestion, and build a strong foundation for vitality in later life. These two fruits are not expensive, easy to find, easy to eat, and especially well suited for the body after age 60, a time when the endocrine system and digestive organs become more sensitive and vulnerable. I once met Mr. Charles, a 73-year-old retired mechanic with a straightforward personality and a bit of skepticism. When I suggested he add avocado to his daily diet, he chuckled. Avocado, that's for trendy young people. But as we continued talking, he admitted that lately he had been feeling tired in the mornings. His blood pressure was unstable, and he no longer felt as steady as he used to. I advised him to try eating half an avocado each day, just sliced with a boiled egg or mashed with a pinch of sea salt. After 3 weeks, he returned with a noticeably brighter expression. I don't know if it's the avocado, but I've been sleeping better. My blood pressure is more stable, and my wife says I seem cheerful again. He said, it is no coincidence that avocados are often called a golden food for hormonal health. They are rich in monounsaturated fats, the kind that supports heart health, lowers bad cholesterol, raises good cholesterol, and helps stabilize the endocrine system. Avocados also provide B vitamins, magnesium, potassium, and folate, essential nutrients for natural hormone production and function. As for papayas, they are the quiet champions of digestive health. I remember Mr. Frank, a 69-year-old veteran who had served during the Vietnam War. He shared that he often felt bloated, had trouble digesting food, and woke up several times each night to use the bathroom. It made him feel like he was aging faster every morning. I recommended he try a small bowl of ripe papaya each morning, perhaps with a few drops of lime juice for taste. Within just 2 weeks, he felt lighter in his stomach, had less bloating, slept more soundly, and significantly reduced nighttime bathroom trips. What stood out was when he said he felt like he was reconnecting with his body, no longer dragged down day by day. The reason is that papaya contains papain, a natural enzyme that helps digest proteins, soothes the gut, and reduces silent inflammation in the prostate and small blood vessels. In addition, papaya is rich in beta carotene, vitamin C, and flavonoids, compounds that support the immune system, combat oxidative stress, and regulate digestion naturally. With every balanced breakfast, avocados and papayas do more than make you feel lighter. They quietly restore hormonal and circulatory health, the two cornerstones of strong male vitality after the age of 60. Looking back on today's journey, you may have begun to realize something important after the age of 60. The body does not need too much, but it does need the right things, the right foods, at the right time, in the right way. Together, we explored 4 fruits that may seem healthy on the surface, yet silently disrupt circulation, increase inflammation in the prostate, and throw hormones out of balance. Grapefruit interferes with medication. Cherries raise blood sugar and trigger inflammation. Bananas provide excess potassium, putting pressure on the heart and kidneys. Dried fruits concentrated with sugars and preservatives. By removing these hidden troublemakers, you create space for the true allies of senior health. Blueberries enhance blood flow. Apples cleanse blood vessels and lower cholesterol. Avocados restore hormones and offer steady energy. Papayas soothe digestion and support restful sleep. You do not have to change your entire diet. Just start with 1 apple a day, a spoonful of avocado in the morning, or a small bowl of papaya after lunch. And you will already be creating a meaningful shift in your urinary and hormonal health. I have always believed that aging is not a downhill slope, but a new chapter, one where you have the right to take charge, stay aware, and care for yourself in the most complete way. If you found today's message helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share this video with your loved ones. Leave a comment below with the fruit you eat every day. Your story might just help someone else rediscover their inner vitality.